The nation that leads the clean energy economy will be the nation that leads the global economy, and America must be that nation.
We're going to end up using those technologies on a very large scale. The question is whether we're producing them or whether we end up having to buy them from the Chinese or others because we didn't get our act together.
The thought of a nation powered by clean, renewable energy no longer belongs in the realm of science fiction or in the minds of environmental activists. Pursuing green technologies is a key to reducing our trade deficit, revitalizing our manufacturing, and protecting our national security.
Building a robust clean energy sector is how we will create the jobs of the future, jobs that pay well and can't be outsourced. But it's also how we will reduce our dangerous dependence on foreign oil, a dependence that endangers our economy and our security. And it is how we will combat the threat of climate change and leave our children a planet that's safer than the one we inherited.
Foreign oil imports historically account for almost 1/4 of our trade deficit. In 2009, according to The Economist, they accounted for almost 50%. According to the Department of Energy, oil imports cost the economy nearly $300 billion in 2009 alone. The figure for 2010 will certainly be equally enormous. After accounting for the depressed GDP created by transferring hundreds of billions of dollars of our money out of the economy every year to purchase oil, the overall burden of our oil addiction is almost incalculable. Finding a solution to this problem would go a long way toward reducing our trade deficits that are currently crippling our economy.
How long will it take to meet President Obama's goal of doubling renewable energy production in this country?
With a very swift act here, with a stimulus package, we think in the next 3 years you can double alternative energy in this country.
Not only would reducing foreign oil consumption sharply reduce imports, the creation of the homegrown energy alternatives would stimulate the dilapidated manufacturing sector and promote thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of jobs. Sparking growth in alternative energy would require focused investment and specific policies from the government. A green energy future cannot succeed if Texas wind farms and Georgia nuclear power plants are supplied with parts made in China by companies headquartered in Japan or Europe.
China has become the #1 exporter of solar panels, supplying 29% of the world's $13.7 billion market, while the U.S. trails at 6%. Chinese manufacturers also dominate the market in eco-products, from electric bikes and solar hot water heaters to mass-produced electric cars. In a few years, China's also expected to become the top exporter of wind turbines.
If we import all of our alternative energy infrastructure, we will see far fewer economic benefits from it. We will also see ourselves once again relying on foreign supplies of energy. We would simply be trading a foreign oil dependency for a foreign parts and assembly dependency. If the United States wants an alternative energy or green energy future, it has to make sure that the labor is done here, that the research and development is done here, and that the capital and profits stay here in the future. There are no negative side effects to supporting U.S. industry, particularly industries that clean up the environment shared by us all. There are negatives in the form of monetary losses and continued loss of human life for continuing with the status quo.